Hey, what's up guys? So I've been trying to make a video on this for the past 2 weeks. I took a video multiple times and they've all come out in slow motion. I finally figured out my camera. So let's see what my wife is ready to kill me over. Let me give you a little backstory on this car. 2003, I had a shop, Momentum Tuning, with another partner, Mike. We built this car for somebody. They took it. So from what I can see, this car was not driven that much and sat pretty much its whole life for almost 20 years. The exhaust was made by a company in Rhode Island, and they only built, I think, 10 exhausts. And this thing is brand new. It's brand new. It's like you can't even see any heat marks, any rusting. Yes, it's stainless, but it should still have some type of oxidation or stuff on it. So one of my friends called me and was like, hey, you're not gonna believe this. He calls me and says, I found a car you worked on. I was like, what car? He started sending me pictures. And at that point, I wanted it just for the fact that it was something I built back then. I just want to restore it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm definitely going to drive it for a little bit, but I don't know if I'm going to sell it, keep it. My wife's ready to kill me over this thing, but it's just something I had to make right after all these years. Definitely has been sitting for a while. The driver and passenger floors are rusted out of it, but that's it. It's just because they were leaving the windows open, and all the other main parts that rust away on these cars are perfect. So this has 2-liter 8-valve cross flow with turbo and standalone. It has an old Callaway system turbo on it with a Turbonetics T04B on it. And it was actually the motor that I built for my wife's car when she had a Rabbit back in the day. So that was another reason why I wanted it. But I'm super excited to get this thing back in my possession. It definitely needs a little bit of work on the outside and the inside, but I don't think it's going to take too long. I'm not trying to make some crazy show car with this. I just want to get it where it's nice. It has the original patina from when it was built. So I'm not going to go crazy straightening everything. It definitely has stuff that I would change, but I'm not, just because that's the way the car was. It has shaved door handles and a bunch of other little stuff, but I'm not trying to do that. The paint was definitely burnt when I got it. This thing was sitting out in a field. So there's video that I'm going to put up of me getting it and bringing it to a car wash and washing it off for the first time. You can see how dusty it is. So as you can see, the hood is burnt. I started to do a 2-step buffing process. I'm not trying to go crazy because the paint is so thin on this thing. So I'm debating whether to paint the hood, the roof, and redo it. This cowling definitely has to get repainted. So I may do everything that was vertical repainted in single stage. The sides actually came out awesome. That's just a quick buff, and this thing shined right up. So my goal is I'm gonna buff this thing and then ceramic coat it, and that's gonna be it. But look at that shine. That's 2 seconds on a buffer. I think 3 passes. There's still a little haze right here from the water dripping off, but that was 2 seconds with the buffer, because I wanted to see if the side paint was burnt or not, and it came right back. So like I said, this might be getting repainted. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna try to buff it, but I have a feeling it's gonna get lighter as it goes. So here's the shaved door handles. Always a pain in the ass. Definitely gonna do something different. I hated having a popper. So on this system, I think I'm gonna do a push to start system on it, which will actually act as the alarm too. But what's gonna happen is when you come up to the car with the push to start, it will basically turn on the car. Not with the motor, but it will energize the car when you're in 10 feet of it. So then on the same fob, I think I'm just gonna put something so as I go up next to it, it automatically pops the door, so that I don't have to push some remote. You just go up to it, it automatically pops, and then you're in. Like I said, I don't like shaved door handles. It was kind of a fad back then, but definitely something I wouldn't put on this car, but that's the way it came, so that's the way it's gonna stay. So here's the inside. It's definitely crusty, but this dash was out of my 76 Rabbit before I junked it. So there's a lot of stuff that I got back buying this car. An OMP wheel, and then you can see the hole in the floor. So if you like this and you want to see more videos on this, I'll start making some quick videos on this. So this thing was running, but when I got it, I turned over the computer of the standalone and water poured out of it. So I do have another standalone that's exactly the same as this. I'm actually gonna pull the harness out of here tonight and make a new harness, and then I'm gonna put the new computer in, and hopefully I can drive this into my shop and work on it and then drive it back into its spot every night. So if you want to see the videos of my progress on this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me you want to see videos on this. But let's go check out some progress on the Miata. So the Miata is coming along. It's getting very close. And if I probably didn't get that, I would have probably had this thing running. Maybe not driving, because I've been doing a little thing. I'm trying to solve a few problems so I don't have to take it apart again. But at the moment, I'm doing extended ball joints, modifying the knuckles, and then the front suspension will be done. So the engine is all back together. Manifolds are bolted up for the final time. Downpipe is all done. The exhaust is done. The rear suspension is all done. All the rear brakes are done. And you know, I've been trying to neaten this thing up, and then we're gonna do the final dash pieces, wire this thing, and it's pretty much ready to go. So this is the start of the dash for my section, and all this is so I can put my phone underneath there, and if it rains, it doesn't get wet. So if I'm watching GPS, it doesn't mess up my phone. I also made a center console piece that houses my hydro brake, and I also used a CV boot and machined a piece for the shifter boot because I didn't want a big hole. Before I go underneath, I also made a little panel that goes here. In the top left, it's gonna have the push to start. You got your turn signal right and left, hazard, horn, and then the windshield actually moves up and down on this, and then the battery kill. So I had the push to start up here, but it's kind of far away when you're strapped in if it shuts off. So I'm gonna move it so it's easy to get to. And I'm putting a oil pressure gauge where that was. So getting a little more function out of the car before I start it. Go in the back, put a Walbro pump in here. I'm not making crazy power. Change every fuel line in the car with new rubber line because I'm not trusting the old fuel lines in here. Also made a gas fill that brings it up. Now let's take a look under the car real quick. So let's start from the front. New clutch. Uprated clutch with a harder pressure plate. Stock new motor mounts that have been filled with window weld to try to get them stiffened up. The downpipe's finished. The exhaust is finished. .1.8 drive shaft, 1.8 diff that you saw me weld up and fix. New fuel filter, all new lines, new 1.8 axles. Like I said, the exhaust is done, new brakes. And I also ran a stainless steel coated brake line from front to rear on this. So the back of the car is pretty much done. Got to make a cover for the gas tank, mount the battery, and then pretty much the next time I do a video on this thing is going to be when I paint it, and it's going to be a huge transformation. So I already got somebody that has a tune for it. I was going to tune it myself, but just for the money, it's not even worth it. It's just, you know what I mean? He'll start it up, run it, and then I don't have to deal with it, trying to figure out. I've never done Mega Squirt before. I've done many standalone stuff, but I've never done Mega Squirt, so I just don't want to waste my time. But hey, thank you for watching this video. Like I said, if you want to watch this, the Rabbit, my Kids E30, and I'm also going to start putting up some shorts on my day-to-day projects that I work for other people. So I'm also going to start putting up shorts of all the day-to-day work that I do. So I'm going to put up a quick short in this video, and this is of a UTV I'm building for a company I work for, Straight Jacket Motorsports, and this is for desert racing. So it's pretty intense, and when you see it, you'll understand why. So if you want to see work on my day-to-day stuff, put that in the comments too, and I'll start doing shorts on that. I don't want to do long videos on that because I'm busy during the day and I can't really just stop and make videos all day. But I can take little B-rolls, put a voiceover of what this is, and then that way you can see the stuff that I build. Hey, thanks for watching. Again, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you around.